starting right now. Here's your host, Alfredo Leon.
That gala, Stephen Curry scored 37 points, and NBA Finals MVP Kevin Durant added 20 points in a triple-double, and the Warriors stamped themselves a dynasty after winning their second straight title and third in 4 years on Friday, June 8th. Not late at all. Perfect timing. 108-85 over the Cleveland Cavaliers to complete a sweep and perhaps drive LeBron James away from his hometown to chase more championships. Overcoming obstacles all season long, the Warriors were not going to let themselves be denied and won the fourth straight matchup against Cleveland in easy fashion. This is so hard to do, and doing it 3 out of 4 years is incredible, guard Klay Thompson said. It was the first sweep in the NBA Finals since 2007 when James was dismissed by a powerful San Antonio Spurs team in his first one. His 8th straight appearance didn't go that well either, and now it's uncertain on where the superstar will play next. James finished with 23 points, like his number, yet spent the final minutes on the bench, contemplating what went wrong and what could end up being his next move. Act 4 between the Dubs and Cavs featured a drama-filled and controversial Game 1. But from there on, Durant, Curry, Thompson, Draymond Green, and the rest of the California crew showed why they're the game's gold standard. And they may end up staying that way. Can't get enough of this feeling, so we're going to celebrate it together, Curry said. Not wanting to give the Cavs or their fans any hope, despite the fact that no team has ever overcome a 3-0 deficit in the NBA playoffs. Warriors were up at halftime by 9 when Curry ignored a closeout by LeBron and drained a three-pointer. Then the league's best club tightened the screws on Cleveland in the third quarter, in which they outscored the Cavaliers 25-13 and prompted Golden State fans to begin the Warriors' chants that provided a perfect musical accompaniment to their three-point barrages. By the start of the fourth quarter, the only question was whether Curry would win his first Finals MVP or if it would go to Durant for his second year in a row. And again, it was Durant who added 12 rebounds and 10 assists, which provided more satisfaction for a player who couldn't beat the Warriors, so he joined them instead. Here's Durant speaking on the championship, not mattering who won MVP and more.
Does it? We won 2 championships. We just won back-to-back. I don't think nobody even worried about that type of stuff. I'm glad that we came out and played a great game tonight. Was able to finish the series off. That's the only thing that matters to us.
After surviving a rougher than usual regular season and beating top seeded Houston in Game 7 on the road in the Western Conference Finals, the Dubs withstood an overtime scare in Game 1 and joined an elite group of teams to win multiple championships in a 4-year span. Only Bill Russell's Boston Celtics, the Showtime Lakers, and the Los Angeles squad led by Kobe and Shaq and Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls have been such as dominant in a short period of time. The Dub Dynasty. Path to this title was much harder than the first two for Coach Steve Kerr and the Warriors, who overcame injuries, expectations, and they built to dethrone the Rockets team and the brilliance of LeBron, who scored 51 points in the series opener and carried a Cavs team from the beginning of their roller coaster season until the end. It may have been the final game in Cleveland for the King, who was expected to opt out of his $35.6 million contract for 2019 next month and become a free agent. LeBron was pulled from the game with 4:03 left, and he slapped hands with the Warriors before he headed to the bench. He sat down in a chair and draped over a towel over his broad shoulders, looking like a boxer on a corner stool. James averaged 34 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 10 assists in the series, but as has been the case in the past, he didn't have enough for him to win the ring. Here's LeBron speaking on how he wants his season to be remembered.
I have no idea. I mean, that's for you guys to kind of figure out how you want to characterize my 15th season. It's definitely been a whirlwind. It's been ups and downs. It's been good. It's been bad. For me, I just try to be consistent throughout the course of the season, be the leader I know I can be for this ball club, for this franchise every night, no matter what was going on from the outside or the inside, and be reliable every single day, showing up to work every single day, putting in the work, and grinding every single day. So, I have no idea how the story will be talked about in my season, but that's not. I know I punch the clock in every single day, and that's for me. And I understand that, and I'm okay with that.
Another celebrant of LeBron has been going since that loss And there are teams such as Philadelphia and Los Angeles hoping to land the three-time champion, who may have to go elsewhere to put together a cast strong enough, and as James made clear this week, to bring down the Warriors. James was asked if he played his final game with the Cavs, knowing he would be asked that question and more.
I mean, I have no idea at this point. The one thing that I've always done is consider, obviously my family, understanding, especially where my boys are at this point in their age. They were a lot younger the last time I made a decision like this 4 years ago. I got a teenage boy, a preteen, and a little girl right now that wasn't around as well. So, sitting down and considering everything, but, my family is a huge part of whatever I've decided to do in my career, and they will continue to be that. So I don't have an answer for you right now as far as that.
Right now, the Warriors are just on another tier, and with Durant expected to re-sign with them in the coming weeks, and Curry, Thompson, and Green, and the rest are still young and hungry, the reign could go on a lot longer. Durant spoke on who sets the tone and culture about the players caring or not about individual accolades.
Who sets that tone?
All of us. We all want something that's bigger than ourselves. I think we love to see each other succeed. We love to come together and figure stuff out on the basketball court. And I think tonight everybody just played their roles well. Steph came out, was aggressive for us early, got us in, set a nice tone for us. And everybody else kind of filled in. So, our defense was great, 34% from the field. I think the whole series, the whole playoffs, our defense has been great. And, we finished it off with a championship. So we got a bunch of guys in the locker room that don't care about anything but just being better basketball players every day and winning. It makes the environment great.
Did you know?
Heading into the playoffs, the Warriors look to be vulnerable and beatable. There were a lot of questions about Curry's sprained left knee, and that sidelined him for almost 6 weeks, and that kept him out of Golden State's first-round series against San Antonio. Kerr was forced to mix and match lineups, and it became obvious that the Warriors weren't going to go 16-1 and storm their way to a title like they did in 2017, when their only postseason loss came in Game 4 after the Cavs made 24 three-pointers. Kerr used 27 different starting lineups during the regular season, which ended with a head-scratching 40-point loss to Utah. The Dubs began their title defense as a number 2 seed, and their season was in serious jeopardy when they fell behind 3-2 to the likely MVP of James Harden and the Rockets. But Golden State catching a break when Houston star Chris Paul was forced to sit with a hamstring injury, showed a champion's poise by winning 2 straight to advance to their 4th straight NBA Finals. That set up a reunion with the Cavs, which may end up being the last one, as LeBron could be leaving. Here is Curry speaking on the moment he shared with Kerr and more, courtesy of ABC.
He talks about at the beginning of the year, all that we have to go through. I know it's a game, I know it's basketball, but all the sacrifice and the trials and tribulations you go through during the season to get to this point. And for him especially, we know what he's been through physically the last 3 years. So for him to fight through all of that, to be there for us every single day, and for us to celebrate this moment, that's what makes it all worth it.
In addition, Curry made a three-pointer in his record 90th straight playoff game and extended his mark for road playoff threes in a road playoff game with 44. Green is the only visiting player to post a triple-double in the playoffs at Quicken Loans Arena, which he did in Game 6 of the 2015 Finals. They also became the 19th to sweep a Finals and the first to win consecutive titles since James did it with the Miami Heat. In 2012 and 2013, Golden State has also won a road game in 19 straight playoff series, which ties the Heat's NBA record. With his 43-point performance in Game 3, Durant joined Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal as the only players to score at least 25 points in their first 13 Finals games. Curry also spoke about what their intention was heading into Game 4 after losing it last year.
To use experience last year to our advantage, we knew that they were going to come out with a tough first punch, and we answered it and ran right back at them and set the tone for the whole game. And they made some many runs, but over the course of 48 minutes, our will took over. Unbelievable feeling to come in here on a mission and get the job done.
Cavs also appeared in their 26th NBA Finals game, moving past Atlanta/St. Louis into 10th place all-time, and James averaged 24 points in his 13th postseason, second highest total in his career. What a domination by the Warriors to be able to just go sweep the Cavs in 4 games like they did. And it's just incredible how much talent they have. They're the dominant team right now in the NBA. Nobody can even mess with them. And it's unfortunate that the Cavs and LeBron can't do anything about it. And possibility now that he could be leaving the Cavs as a result. But it goes to show you the domination of the Warriors, and they're just continuing to show what they're doing. And if they weren't for what Draymond Green had in 2016, when he kicked LeBron James and you remember what happened, he ended up being suspended for a game, and he never recovered after that, and the Warriors never recovered, and the Cavs came back from 3-1, as everybody knows. Incredible shot that LeBron had on Andre Iguodala in that series, and that's how they got that championship. If it weren't for that, they would have 4 in a row right now. Instead, they have one back-to-back, but still 3 and 4 years is impressive. It's incredible that no team since the Jordan Bulls and the Kobe and Shaq Lakers and the Bill Russell Celtics that have had this much success within a short period of time. It goes to show you the incredible talent these 4 guys have with Durant, Curry, Thompson, and Green. And just the fact that they're still young and the fact they're going to probably keep doing this for years to come shows you like there's nobody that can stop them right now. And the Rockets were the closest one to do it. But let's see what the situation with Kawhi Leonard is and all that. Where will he go and how will it shake up the Western Conference? But the fact that Durant's expected to resign, why would you leave a situation like this in which the team is going to continue to win? I don't think that makes any sense. So it's a good thing for him to stay, and he's enjoyed the Golden State actually, be able to play more freely, and him to be able to pass the ball and play more of a team game, unlike what he had at Oklahoma City. So it just goes to show you what an incredible player he is, though. But him winning the MVP again, I guess it's okay. Not a big deal, but it would have been nice if Curry won it. I think Curry should have won it. And his teammates were trying to give Curry the ball so he could win the MVP, even Durant. But him getting that triple-double in that big Game 3, that solidified him getting the MVP. But you can't go wrong either way. Not bad for Durant to win it. It's pretty cool. He deserved it, but I think Curry should have won it. But I'm not complaining. You can go either way with those guys. You can't complain about that. But still, though, the fact that Durant won MVP back-to-back, that's impressive. Not a lot of guys have done that. Michael Jordan done it, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, guys that won back-to-back finals MVPs. As you know, Jordan won 3 in a row and did it again later. So him winning back-to-back MVPs in the finals is pretty impressive. I think Curry will get his eventually, but like Durant said in the interview, it doesn't matter who wins it. He just cares about the championship, and I think so too. Curry's not complaining that he didn't win the MVP. If I wasn't those guys, I wouldn't complain either. Dyson would be to win it. The ultimate goal is to win the championship. As long as you got the ring on your finger, who cares who wins finals MVP? It could be the water boy who wins MVP. It doesn't matter as long as the team ends up winning the championship. So at least they did that. Congratulations to the Warriors. Back-to-back, incredible. And also, since this already happened a week ago, they had their parade on Tuesday as well. That was a lot of fun watching that. See what Jordan Bell did and everything. That was funny. See, take off his shirt. Nick Young doing what he does. Swaggy P. And then when he went and did the interview with CSN Bay Area, NBC Sports Bay Area, and he did the interview and everything. He's like, no, I'm swag champion now. Swag champ. And it well deserved for Nick Young, especially with the career he had and not having a lot of success, obviously being with bad teams like the LA Lakers and the Washington Wizards. But him having success is awesome. And the fact with Steph Curry, he stole the show. Just be able to celebrate with the fans, and then that interview was funny as well. He's like, celebrating, like, I'm going to go right now. And that was funny. He had a great time at the interview, and he's won it before. He's won it twice. So, but he enjoyed the moment. It was good. It was a fun parade to watch for sure. And them taking their time and everything. A lot of people showed up, and it was just a great parade to see, especially how incredible that was and the domination of the Warriors. Just they're having a lot of fun, which is a great thing, especially you never know how they would win the championship again. You can't take anything for granted, and the Warriors definitely did do that at the parade, and they had a lot of fun. They had a lot of fun celebrating after the game as well. They deserve it because of the incredible domination they had in this series, even though it didn't look like it early on with all the injuries and everything, and they recovered really well to win this championship, and the fact that they just dominated the Cavs didn't even belong with them. And yeah, it is a possibility that LeBron could end up leaving, so be on the lookout for a video about that coming soon, about where will LeBron go. But still, it was just a great series, and LeBron did all he could. He just didn't have enough help. That's the thing with him, as he didn't have a Kyrie this time to help it, and Kevin Love was at the right play. And who could forget what J.R. Smith did in Game 1 as well? Forget about it. That's what killed the series after that. They should have won that game, but his blunder in Game 1, that's what J.R. does, and he ended up costing them the game, but it turned out in the long haul, it cost them the series as well. They should have won Game 3 as well, but they blew the lead late in the game to the Warriors, and the Warriors got greedy and won Game 4. They wanted to just close it out at home. They didn't want to go back. They closed it out in Cleveland. They wanted to just go back as champions. I have to worry about playing another game. And that saved a lot of trouble for the Cavs as well. I feel like the Cavs probably just gave up at Game 4. It's realized just didn't have any chance to come back 3-0. No team had ever done it, but at least send fans home happy and not at least lose on your home floor like they did. But it is what it is. Congratulations to them winning it, and just incredible what Durant did again, and Curry, especially, and Draymond and all the guys there, Clay, and just an incredible team. Coached by Steve Kerr, just incredible. Just the talent they have. They're going to be around for years to come, and LeBron's just shaking his head, what's he going to do? And he has no idea what he's going to do in offseason. So let's see what happens. But congratulations to the Dubs again, and well deserved. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. If you're brand new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.